What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Domuto. We're back with another video. Today we're watching UnrealEntGaminng, and we're watching Beyond Dragon Ball Super Beast Gohan vs. Beerus Ensues, a new God of Destruction training partner. I ain't gonna lie. I like this. I don't really care for the other story. I don't really care for Goku, Vegeta, and Broly right now. I don't know. I know they over there fighting another God of Destruction, but I'm not really interested in this. But anyway, let's get into it, bro. Day Friday. Saturday.
As our story now continues back on Beerus' planet, following the initial events of Beerus wanting Gohan to stay while sending both Pan and Piccolo back home, to which upon a very brief engagement in having to challenge Gohan's base level before having to be shown addressing him was when Beerus went on to then respond, "You know, I find this interaction to be quite an interesting one despite the many battles and challenges that have unfolded
this is your toughest battle yet.
When your father went on to achieve Super Saiyan God, and since then our interactions have remained very minimal until today, and I must admit that I'm quite fascinated by it," Beerus continues, "and especially after seeing all that I was able to see come from you upon the moment where both you and Gardox were shown having to engage, and since you and I never truly had the chance to measure each other's capabilities in a fight, I think it's time that we go and change that. I want to see if you truly possess the potential to stand beside me as a worthy training partner, or if I'm simply just making a mistake by considering you as such a partner, Gohan. And while your base level is rather disappointing to say the least," Beerus continues, "I want to go on ahead and see more of this beast form of yours, and especially if you wish to try and stand a good chance against me, Saiyan," with Gohan responding, "Well, although I'm honored to share this moment with you and having this be our first time actually going head-to-head since the days of when my dad had achieved Super Saiyan God, your acknowledgement of my unique path to power leaves me curious about the purpose behind your proposal in wanting me here to train with you," Gohan says. "And so why are you so interested in wanting to have me as your training partner when you already have my dad and Vegeta here to help train alongside you? Was it because of my fight with Lord Gardox that you suddenly wanted to test my power to see what I'm all
That's
about?"
A good question.
Beerus responding, "Well, that, and with your father Vegeta and Broly currently in Universe 16, in what I can only assume for there to be a fight that's taking place over there as well," Beerus adds, "I'm all out of worthy challengers to face, but you, on the other hand, just might be the perfect fit as this continues. But even now, the reason on why I decided to choose you was because there appears to be something different about you that I would like to explore and see for myself," Beerus continues, "and if I am to reach the pinnacle of my potential, then I want to see if you could be the one that could help push me into achieving it, assuming if you even
Gohan,
can,
you gotta take it, bro."
is, with Gohan responding, "Wait, did you just say Broly? As in the same
that
Broly that Dad and Vegeta had battled on Earth a few years ago? What's going on with them? Well, regardless, so Ascension is what you're looking to achieve, is it? Well, now that makes sense. So should I go all out then, Gohan questions? Or should I gradually show you on what I'm capable of little by little?" With Beerus responding, "You can go and do whatever it is that you need to go and do, but remember one thing, Saiyan. If you fail to understand the grave nature of this engagement between us, then I can assure you now that you will be utterly obliterated, Gohan. And so now go and do whatever it is that you need to go and do and come at me," to which, as Gohan was then shown doing, it was only just when Gohan was then shown quickly powering up into his ultimate form first before jumping into his beast form was when Gohan then went on to respond, "Yeah, well, don't go and get the wrong idea here, because I do in fact happen to understand the current situation that I'm in against you, but I want you to know that before I go and show you my all, I want to go and see for myself as to where you are compared to the levels that are beneath my beast form," Gohan says. "And so before we go and get there, if we go and get there, since I believe that this ought to be enough to do the trick, then what do you say, Lord Beerus, shall we?" With Beerus then shown casually having to yawn and responding, "Well, this again, huh? Well, if you honestly think that this ultimate form of yours will be enough to do me in, then I welcome you to go and try, but don't be surprised when I go and shut you down again, Gohan. And so now Gohan,
I don't know why you did that. Why you try that? Remember last time you did that shit?
As Gohan was then shown charging at Beerus, it
throw
had
that
become
boo,
evident
boo,
now that Gohan
something like
wanted to
that.
see where Beerus stood before having to use his beast form, as Whis went on to then chime in. Now, although it's undeniable that Gohan has indeed come a very long way since our first encounter back on Earth all those years ago, despite his ultimate form radiating a power that is considerably more potent than how it ever was shown being before, as intriguing as it may be, this display of strength, while impressive, will not take him very far in this battle, Whis adds. And given Lord Beerus' history and nature as a god of destruction, for Gohan to genuinely challenge Lord Beerus, he will need to delve into the depths of his power and embrace his beast form with haste if he wishes to stand a chance here.
That's true.
Especially after briefly having to train with Lord Beerus before Gohan had arrived. In which even then, despite with Gohan being shown attacking Beerus, with Beerus shown dodging each and every single one of Gohan's strikes, was when Beerus went on to then chime back in, "You don't seriously intend on keeping this onslaught up against me for much longer now, do you, Saiyan? Because although this ultimate form of yours has gotten a tad bit stronger, you are dooming yourself if you honestly believe that it'll hold out against me, mortal."
Talk
and
your
so
shit.
now what's it going to be, Beerus questions, because these attempts are but a joke, Gohan. Well, never once did I assume that fighting you was going to be easy, Gohan went on to utter by dashing forward, and especially with everything that it is that I know about you, but if there's one thing about me that you will soon come to realize for yourself, is no matter what the odds are that are shown being stacked against me, I will always continue to fight and I will always push forward even if it destroys me, Lord Beerus. So there's plenty of more where that came from, Gohan went on to land a solid punch by responding, because I know you're
got a little punch
see
in.
me
Okay, I
at
like
my
it.
best.
In the ultimate form,
Beerus
okay.
responding, "You are starting to annoy me just as much
His
as
ultimate
your
form
father
pretty much
once
like a god
annoyed me
level.
until I went and taught
Should
him
we
some
say god
manners."
level at
But
least?
hear me carefully, Saiyan, for no matter the improvements that you've made onto this ultimate form of yours, you and I both know that this will not prove anything, especially if you hope to survive.
I mean, Loki can keep up with
Blue,
Blue,
Beerus was
but,
now
you know,
shown being on the offensive and attacking Gohan
Give
before
or take.
putting him back down, was when Beerus then went on to continue, "Tell me something, in what world do you honestly think that this ultimate form of yours is going to favor you in? Because how could you ever hope to hold your own against the likes of another destroyer if you simply aren't at your best from the very beginning of our battle, mortal? As I want you to go and think about where you are and with whom you're fighting with here, Saiyan, because unlike Gardox, I actually know you. And while you're under the assumption that your ultimate level will be enough, it won't be,
definitely
Saiyan.
won't.
And you're lucky that I'm going easy on you on top of it, and so now stand back up and do as I ask of you, or you will be destroyed." To which upon that very moment, with Gohan then shown having to jump up from the ground and attacking Lord Beerus, was when Whis then went on to chime in, "Well, I'll be. Now I see what you're trying to do out there against the boy Lord Beerus, where he's trying to motivate the Saiyan by forcing him to go and do exactly as he did when facing off against Lord Gardox. An interesting tactic for someone like Lord Beerus to go and use here, but a very smart one nevertheless. And especially now if Lord Beerus hopes to try and get the best out of the Saiyan,
That's the only way to get the best out of Gohan, bro. You gotta talk shit to him, threaten his family.
This simply wasn't going to be enough to get Gohan by,
Threaten his
because
life.
with Beerus then shown having to knock Gohan back down onto the ground, was when Beerus then went on to continue, "What a waste of my time, and to think that I could expect anything more from a mortal with no proper guidance and training with a god is just pitiful. Maybe I was wrong to assume that you'd be anything like your father is when his back is up against the wall, Gohan. And so now where is it? Where is that power that you used to fight off Gardox with? Still preserving, aren't we? And for what, Beerus questions? For it's foolish to believe that you could best me otherwise, and so tell me then, what is it that you hold dear? Because judging from the story you told upon battling Gardox, you fight for the sake of protecting your family, don't you, Saiyan? Because the difference should be quite clear on what it is that you'd need to go and do, Gohan. And so now how could you stand before me and claim to want to protect your friends and family when you instead hesitate to unleash your full power from the very beginning of a battle?
Gohan, I don't talk to you like that,
Tell
Gohan.
me something, saying, do I need to go and place your daughter in harm's way just as Gardox did for you to act accordingly? And as I assume that you wouldn't like that very much, now would you, Gohan? Beerus went on to then stomp on down by asking. No? Well then find your resolve to show me what you're willing to fight for then, Saiyan. Go on now, mortal, do it, for you cannot safeguard anyone if you're incapable of protecting yourself in battle first, Saiyan. For this restraint, along with this hesitation that you place on yourself, are not virtues here, but liabilities, Beerus continues. And that is why I chose you, Saiyan.
Yes, sir.
This beast form, along with this other unknown power that you harbor, are powers which I want to go and test my strength against, as they are levels of power which I want to use to evolve my own with, as the higher I climb, even for you as someone who wishes to also become stronger yourself. If you don't take this moment to show me the power that you used against Universe 15's God of Destruction, then I will end you here and now and go about my business and achieve this alone. And so choose, Saiyan. Do you wish to evolve yourself beyond your wildest dreams and train alongside one of the mightiest gods of destruction in the multiverse? Or do you wish to simply become an afterthought, just as you have always been? As your father and Vegeta had to work their way into having me accept and train them here, and so now you will be forced to do the same. No, just wait, Lord Beerus. With Beerus then having to respond, wait, Lord Beerus, what, Saiyan? And what exactly is it that you would want for me to wait for? It's as simple as I said, Saiyan. And so now get it together, because you will not be given a second chance to do this again. Now I won't go and tell you to take this fight as seriously as you should again, because if you fail to do as I ask of you, then perhaps I ought to pay Earth another visit. Only this time, instead of just standing alongside it, maybe I'll just go and destroy it, Beerus continues. And to destroy the Earth would mean to also destroy the very family which you claim that you would want to protect, but can you? What will you be able to do to stop me if that turns out to be the case, Saiyan? Because deep down, you know that I'll go and do it too, and so this is going to be your last chance to show me. Now engage with me by using your strongest level of power so that I may see if you are worthy of calling you my training partner, or...
Damn, you know it would have been a fire-ass line. You know it would have been a fire-ass line if that... if you would have said, just because... Had Beerus say, just because I tolerate Goku, but it doesn't mean I like you, little nigga. You know, take the nigga part out. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean I like y'all. It doesn't mean I like y'all. It's because I tolerate y'all. You know what I'm saying? That'd been a fire line. Something like somewhere.
You can throw it all down the drain as I go and annihilate everyone and everything that you love. And this, dear Saiyan, is going to be your last warning. No, surely you wouldn't. Would you, Gohan questions, with Beerus responding, oh, I would, and you should know firsthand that I'll go and do it just to see the look on your face of the aftermath of it all. Last chance, Saiyan, contest me at your best or watch your world be ripped away. To which it was only then, upon Gohan now being shown shaking with tears flowing down his face, was when Whis then went on to add, well, although that may have been a little harsh for Lord Beerus to go and say, from what I'm starting to see take place, I think Lord Beerus's comments are now beginning to have an effect on Gohan. But the question now is, will he channel his all and use this power which Lord Beerus demands of him in battle, or will he simply just under the pressure of Lord Beerus's request? You, how could you? I could never allow you to go and hurt them. Never, Gohan utters, with Beerus responding, wait, could this be it? Yes, yes, yes. What a massive increase of power compared to what it just was before. And so I'm sure that this must be what I'd been hoping to see, because there it is. To which seconds later, with a gigantic aura eruption being shown having to take place from the ground, was when Whis then went on to chime in, and there it is. For I must admit that I never would have imagined that someone like Gohan would ever have been capable of wielding such an enormous power like
Gohan
that
built
he is
different.
Into. But needless to
Lil
say,
Weiss.
from what I can see, if the Saiyan is able to give Lord Beerus a sturdy and balanced battle, one of course that will force Lord Beerus into using more of his full power in this fight, then I do believe that Gohan would be the perfect fit for the job. However, I'm beginning to wonder if battling within the living realm would be ideal, especially considering what's about to take place here. And so although I am a bit cautious, we will wait and see on how this will go, with Beerus then having to utter, "Yes, finally, now there's the power that I've been looking to battle against. Ah yes, now there's the form that I wanted to see." Beerus went on to then continue upon Gohan being shown transforming into his beast form. And what better timing it could have been, because I was starting to grow very impatient with you, Gohan. But there you finally are. And so then, are we ready to do this? Because for your sake, you better not disappoint me this time around, because it's like I said, you won't be given another chance.
Why the fuck?
But
Why
now
the
that
really
your full power has been brought out
beast
and onto
form,
the surface for me to
Gohan's form
see,
looks so
let's just
better
go
on here
and
than
see
the
if you're
actual
worthy
manga.
of training
Maybe because the hair
with
not
me
as
now
long
that
on
your
here
best
than the
is
manga.
brought
The
out
manga's
onto the
just fucking hair longer.
surface. And so I'll
I'm
allow
like,
you the
bruh.
honors of being the first to go and attack me, since now you have my blood pumping again, Saiyan. Now come at me, Gohan. To which, as Beast Gohan was then shown dashing right towards Beerus, was when Beast Gohan then went on to shout, "Okay then, God of Destruction, you asked for this, and so now that you're about to get exactly what you wanted, so you better brace yourself." To which, upon Gohan then shown having to attack Beerus by being on the offensive, was when Whis then went on to chime back in, "Well, I can safely say that the odds are now even, especially now that Gohan understands the meaning behind what it is that he is supposed to do." But as I watch Gohan spar with Lord Beerus, however, it becomes increasingly clear on why he stands as the most suitable candidate to be Lord Beerus' training partner, but I am rather concerned on just how far these two are willing to actually go, especially with all things considered, because we wouldn't want to go and destroy the entire universe as a result of their training either. "Well now, would you look at that," Beerus went on to then respond. "You actually got me trying over here, Saiyan."
Yeah, that's all we want.
In many cases,
Yeah.
but I'm not Lord Gardox, and so what makes you think that I'll go and have you push me around as you did when you were shown engaging against him, mortal? Is it because of this faith that you've placed within this newly discovered beast form, or what? As a matter of fact, Beast Gohan responds, "It is, Lord Beerus, because the power that you see and what I represent can never be destroyed.
Talk your shit,
and
Gohan.
I'll die trying if I must." To which, as Gohan was then shown backhanding Beerus across the face, was when Gohan
shit
then
out
went on to
Beerus.
continue, "And since this was the power that you wanted for me to go and use against you, then let's see what you can do." Good. Very good, in fact, Beerus went on to smile upon his body being shown flying out into the distance.
Smack the shit out that nigga
Yes,
Beerus.
this was what I wanted to get out of you, Saiyan. I can't believe this, for I haven't been this excited since the days of when I battled against Goku when he first transformed into a Super Saiyan God. No, now I'll admit and say that you're good, Saiyan. Beerus went on to then suddenly vanish. You're actually far better than I imagined that you'd be. However, as good as you may be, I am in fact that much better than you. Beerus went on to then suddenly appear behind Gohan. Now say good night, mortal. Beerus went on to then proceed by chopping Gohan in the neck. For I'll admit that you're good, but you just aren't good enough. Now ease yourself and just let it sink in, Saiyan. And while I will be truthful to you and say that you've managed to surprise me, which is no small feat for anyone to achieve, but you still have a very long way to go if you wish to match up to a destroyer
so
of
fucking
my
strong, bro.
stature, Beerus continues. And although you were able to defeat and get the best of Gardox, I
made him
am
stronger
nothing
throughout
like
the show.
he is, Saiyan, but watching you take Gardox down with such ferocity had left me astounded. For For your beast form is a force to indeed be reckoned with, stronger than
Give us
I
credit.
anticipated,
Give us credit.
but there's a clear gap in your armor, which is one that's all too clear for someone like me. But to become my training partner would require far more than a simple knockout in order for a battle to be done, Gohan. Which is why you are still not ready to fit that role until you've mastered these flaws, Beerus continues. And so now I don't know what it was that you did that got the better of Gardox, but clearly whatever that is something that is outside of your control. But even now, I will leave you with my respects, Beerus went on to then turn around by walking away. For you will need far more than raw power to stand against the gods, as experience is what shapes our very strength into becoming the ultimate weapons, because without it, you are merely swinging in the dark in hopes of hitting your target, Gohan. And so in the meantime, come now, Whis, for we have other important matters to attend to, and so let us get back to it and train while the Saiyan is waits. He's gone, Beerus went on to then suddenly turn his head by questioning. But how can that even be? For the mortal was shown face down on the ground right there, and so now I see. Yes, but of course, Beerus went on to continue upon being shown having to sense something approaching his way, as I should have seen this coming and made sure that he went and stayed down when he did. Very impressive, but then it was only shockingly enough now from out of nowhere as Beast Gohan made his re-entry and attempting to strike Beerus, with Beerus being shown grabbing onto Gohan's punch and literally shattering the entirety of his planet, was when Whis went on to then chime back in. Oh goodness, well I didn't think that Gohan would actually go and get back up and fight back after that, but even now, dare I even say after seeing Gohan literally go and get right back up and attack Lord Beerus, I'm more so convinced now than how I was shown being before that he is perfect for the position in training with Lord Beerus, but, well, at what cost if the entirety of the universe is destroyed as an end result of their battle? And so now let's see. Well, actually, come to think of it, Whis continues, it's worth a shot if it means avoiding getting in trouble by the Omni Kings. To which back on over onto the battlefield, with Beerus now shown having to grab onto and hold Beast Gohan's punch mid-strike upon having to be shown attacking Beerus, was when Beerus then went on to respond. So, you baited me on a lie, huh? Well, I should have known that you weren't truly knocked out cold, but now you have my attention, Saiyan. Well, good, because I'm glad that you are now starting to see that Lord Gardox isn't going to be the only god of destruction who I would have went and beat here today, because I'm far from finished, and you know that I am, with Beerus then having to quickly respond. Oh, is that so? You talk as though you have already won this contest, Gohan. But need I remind you that I am not at my best, and since I know that you aren't either, it's time we drop the act and start to take matters here between us far more seriously than what we were shown doing before. And so what say you, Saiyan? Do you think that you are ready to feel my full power for the very first time?
Oh,
with
not
Beast
the full
Gohan
power.
Responding, then if that's how you want to go and do this, then I'll make sure to respond the only way I know as to how, and that is to show you the power of the beast that lies within me. And so hopefully now you can see that I am more than worthy enough to stand by your side as your training partner, Lord Beerus. As with that being said, here goes.
I thought a little bitch when I did that.
In between both Beast Gohan and Beerus was when Whis went on to then show up by separating both
more of
Gohan
this. Let's show the other story.
No, right now that's quite enough, as you don't want to go and destroy the entire universe as a means of having to prove a point to one another. But after seeing all that I was able to see, Whis continues, I actually have a much better idea than the one that you are both engaged in within the moment, and as I believe that it is now safe to say that Gohan here is very much worthy of being considered a training partner to you as anyone else would, Lord Beerus. Which only now brings me to this. Now, after having to observe your current levels of power, Whis adds, and I think it's pretty much safe to say that training on this planet the way you both did will only further add on to the ongoing chaos that was just shown taking place, as well as also go as far as to destroy the planet completely, which isn't something that we obviously want to do. And so I have a counter solution that I believe will solve all of our issues without the risk of destroying anything on your planet, Lord Beerus, with Beerus responding, I see, and so what do you suggest that we go and do then, Whis? Because I intend on continuing my fight with the Saiyan, for he is exactly what I was looking for in a sparring partner, with Whis responding, well, you see, my suggestion is for us to go inside of the hyperbolic time chamber and and carry on with your training in there, but since it just dawned upon me after seeing the two of you battle, Whis continues, I do in fact happen to have a brother that I believe would be the perfect fit in helping aid you both in accomplishing your goals, Whis adds.
Not Beerus.
And even though it's been an extremely long time since him and I have last spoken, I have no doubt in my mind that he would be perfect in overseeing your training while together, as it was only right then and there now during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super Story of the Resurrected Fallen Gods of Destruction, the Universe 16 Saga Manga Chapter number 2 Special then comes to a close.
Actually, I'll take
it from here, as I do want to go as far as to address something with all of our dear viewers at the moment. As before I go.
Man, hold on now. They're trying to get me excited over here. Okay. Gohan and Beerus fight. I like that. I like the idea. You know what I'm saying? Training. They training to each other. So Gohan just gonna get that much stronger, Beerus. Especially if he goes in that one form that he's haven't controlled yet. That's gonna go crazy. Beerus gonna go crazy. So man, this is a scary world we live in, bro. Shout out to UnrealEntGaminng for this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Check out the last chapter right here. You know what I'm saying? Check out another story right here. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.